Hello and welcome, I'm Arumba. Thank you for joining me. Let's play some Europa Universalis IV. Brand new series starting today, June 9th, with the release of Common Sense, the actual official version. So we're playing now on patch 1.12, and Common Sense adds a ton of really cool stuff to the game. And there's a few things that I want to try out that I've never played as before, so let's go ahead and try. So, as you may have noticed by the title of the video, I'm going to be playing as the Oirat. We're going to play the Oirat Horde, and I don't know yet if Oirat Oppression actually makes sense as a title, but we'll see. My idea is to, oppress all of the people around us with our horde-like looting and crazy strength. So, I looked around at all the different hordes. As far as I know, we've got the Golden Horde, we've got Nogai, Uzbek, Yarkand is not a horde. But they're close by to the hordes. Chagatai is a horde. We've got the Oirat are obviously a horde, as is Karadel. Sarig Yogur is a horde. Mongolia is a horde. Buryat is not. Korchin is a horde. So, what's cool about hordes? Well, hordes are one of the only only government types in the game that have no cost for reinforcing. Meaning that as long as you have manpower, you will restore 10% of each regiment every month for free, which is really, really powerful when you couple that with the fact that hordes are allowed to have 100% cavalry. So you can have a pure cavalry army and not have to pay for any reinforcement at all. Granted, cavalry do cost more to train, and you do have to pay maintenance, but you have no cost to reinforce, which is really, really good. So we're going to play as the Oirat because out of the hordes, they're not the strongest. The Uzbeks are. They have 170 development. Nogai has 92. Golden Horde has 128. Yarkand, again, not a horde, but close to the hordes at 81. Timurids are not a horde, but they're very similar to hordes, kind of. Chagatai has only 38, so they would be the weakest, but we're going to play as Oirat just because I think it'll be fun. So let's go ahead and dive in. We're not playing it as a Iron Man or anything. There's no specific achievement that I'm going for. I just want to try out playing as a horde, and what better time than with a new patch. So, what kind of territory do we have? Let's take a look at the terrain. I'm always kind of curious to see what the terrain looks like. So, it's desert. We've got some mountains. We've got some frigid, wintry areas. We've actually got a lot of mountains. Wow, a lot of actual mountain territory, and then some desert. Now, it's also worth noting that plains and one other terrain type, I can't remember what it was, you get a bonus as a step. You get a 25% shock damage bonus on steppe territory, but you also get it now on farmlands and plains, I think. We don't have any of that territory, but it's just worth knowing that you do get that bonus. I feel like that tooltip should probably be there all the time. But so we start off with 7 infantry, 3 cavalry. We have quite a bit of force limit available, 10 out of 18. We also start off with a fantastic leader, military commander, Essen Taishi, a 255. Very strong shock value guy. Lots of maneuver, no rivers to worry about, tons of movement speed. Unless I'm mistaken, that 5 maneuver value does give you like 25% increased movement speed. So, relationship-wise, we start off with, we've got Mongolia as a vassal, apparently. They're not too happy with us. We're apparently historical rivals, despite the fact that they are our vassal. Also, a really cool thing about hordes is that you do get access to a really nice casus belli. You get a casus belli called Tribal Feud. War is to just take a province, and then we get reductions for full annexation, all provinces, monetary reparations, enforced vassalage, and enforced protectorates. It's pretty sweet. Now, one other thing, before we actually start playing, that's really, really important to understand about hordes, is that you, unlike every other type of government in the game, you only have one unit type. Like, there is no upgraded version of your infantry. Like, as you get military tech, they will never get better. As you get cavalry upgrades, they will never get better. You have to choose between these two that you get at level 1. And so the thing is that hordes, if you look at the actual number of pips that they have much stronger pips at the very beginning of the game, and around like level 6 or 7 military tech, they're about equal. But then after that, every year that you wait before reforming your government, you fall behind because you don't have like pips. And these pips work just the same as a dice roll. So if you roll a 6 and they roll a 7, but you have better pips, your pips counteract their 7 and it effectively makes it 7 versus 7. So later on, it gets harder and harder and harder to compete. So we're going to have to reform. and to reform, we're going to need to do either economic, innovative, or administrative ideas. One of those three. So we've got to pick early on which administrative idea group do we want to go. Administrative, try to pair up the core creation cost reduction with our national idea right here. Tradition of conquest. We get a 50% core creation cost reduction. It's pretty solid. Or do we want to go for economic and try to do some more infrastructure type stuff, local autonomy reduction, get some more development costs cheaper? Or do we want to do innovative and just have a little bit more prestige, tiny bit of tech cost reduction, which won't affect us very much because we're in a crappy tech group? I mean, I don't really know yet. We'll have to wait and see. It's going to take a while. We got to get to Tech 5, which is going to take forever because it costs 1,000 points each time for us. So it's going to be quite a while till we can actually reform the government. So, improve our prestige. Protect our brethren in Urumqi. Urumqi. Well, that is the capital of our next door neighbor, Chagatai. That would give us a free claim. We don't actually have a claim, which it would be good if we could get this core back. We have a core here already. You have no allies yet either, so... Alright, so let's analyze where we're at. We've got some Vajrayana, which is the Hindu religion. There's a Hindu religion change over here. So these guys are... well, actually, are they Hindu? What are they? They're a brand of what? Doesn't even say. There's no description for the religion. What if I hover over it here? Just the true religion. There's no description. Normally when you have a thing, you can like hover over and it tells you a little about it, don't you? Can't you? Thought it did. Whatever. Well, there's a religion here that we don't accept. So we might want to convert it away. But that's a long time. We don't have any money. We do have some money, but let's go ahead and train a couple of cavalry. So 80 days. And we will do another one here. 109 days. Sure. And we do want to declare war right away. So we start off with no alliances at all. Mongolia, you need to be friendly. What kind of subject interaction can we do? Placate local rulers. Lose prestige to placate them. Or we can have them pay us 50% extra, but not have them join our wars. Right now, they're paying us 0 ducats. Disloyal subjects will refuse to pay us taxes. Well, I suppose we should probably improve relations with our vassal. But at the same time, that's not really that important. Now, Caradel, like, I'm just thinking, like, what's the best opening move? We got a Casus Belli on Ming, which we can't use. We have Casus Belli on everybody, but we have Core on Ming. Caradel's so tiny, we should probably just attack them before they can get any friends, right? Again, I've never played as a horse. This is new for me. Tribal feud. It might still make sense to start fabricating a claim on them for the 10% reduction in coring cost. Core cost would be 90. We could save 9 administrative points if we want to tie up a missionary, or sorry, a diplomat for a year. Might not even be worth it, actually. I think we just attack them. Reclaim Bechbalik. So that's our core. Inspiring victory, manpower, cover speed, yearly prestige. Or we could get efficient integration, monthly automation, monthly autonomy change. What kind of autonomy do we have? We have no issues with autonomy at all right now. So as a horde, you can't go below 25% autonomy. It's just something to know. Doesn't really matter because if that's the floor for you, it's the floor for everyone else. It's just you don't get quite as much out of your provinces until you reform the government. I just like the idea of getting a free claim. It's too bad that this one isn't for Hami. I think we go for the easy opener. We go for the... We'll get the mission. No, manpower recovery speed. That's going to be worth too much. We got to take that one. At the same time, we're going to just immediately declare war on you after we secure alliances. Who's friendly? So Uzbek absolutely hates us. They have not rivaled us. We need to choose our rivals before we go to war as well. So we can rival Buryatia. Where are they? They're up here, okay. We can rival Chagatai. We can rival Korchin. And we can rival Uzbek. Well, I think we want to rival Uzbek, even though they're much stronger than we are. I do think that they're going to be a good pick. Buryatia is friendly. I'm a little leery about picking up any alliances with people over here, just because they might declare war and get us pulled into something that I don't want to be involved in. Alright, we're going to rival Chagatai. Because they've rivaled us. And then we're just going to take the easy pickings. So let's embargo you first. Not that that really does much. And hopefully they can't pick up any allies after we've declared the war. Now, as far as advisors go, we've got production efficiency, a stability cost guy, we've got a trade efficiency guy, diplomatic reputation guy, and we've got a land force limit guy. Now, we can change our focus, and it's tempting. Like, getting to Tech 4 would be really nice, because it gives us a significant advantage over anyone else if we can beat them to it. But at the same time, if we want to actually reform the government and have like a mid-game advantage, we've kind of got to do a focus on administrative just to get those ideas out. I think I'm going to focus on military, and we're just going to try to get to Tech 4. Once we get to Tech 4, we'll maybe make a change. So one of your subjects has high liberty desire. That's the other thing we'll do. As soon as we get our diplomat back, we will start improving relations. Alright, well let's play without further ado. Okay, Uzbek entered into a military alliance. Ming did something. As long as you don't pick up any allies, I'm fine. Day 1 wars are always the best. Decisions from the government. Adopt Varishin Buddhism. We can become Buddhist. Lose forced ability to do so. I don't know. I kind of would prefer to maybe be Sunni, but that's just me. 19th, 18th. Cool, we can even catch their army. Chagatai has embargoed us. It's very important that we do not lose troops, because if we get weak, you can count on our neighbors attacking us. What we'd really prefer to have happen is like the Timurids and the Uzbeks, or like Uzbeks, Nogai, Kazan to all fight each other. I'll admit I did play this briefly for like an hour on a stream on Sunday, so I did have a small bit of experience with it, but I've never really played a lot. So we're going into the Drylands, no river crossing, should just be a very easy fight. This land is ours. This belongs to us. 9 development. Now the question is, do we want to vassalize them? Or do we want to conquer it? Oh, come on. Come on, how can there be peasant rebellion already? Oh god, now we're going to fight the peasants. That's horrible. Or did what just happened? They just disappeared. What? I'm confused now. Alright, so, as a horde, what do we get? We get fancy pants looting. Where can we see that? I know I saw it somewhere. So, Horde Ideas, yes, we've got no cost of reinforcement, less separatism, but also as our government type, Khanate. National manpower modifier plus 50%, national land force limit modifier plus 50%, looting speed plus 50%, national focus cooldown minus 5. So instead of 25 years, we can change it every 20 years. But this looting strength thing, right? I'm going to call it looting strength because that's what it actually is. It's not looting speed. Don't listen to the game lies. Normally you take 0.1 ducats per infantry, 0.3 ducats per cavalry, and 0.05 ducats per artillery. But as a horde, you get a 50% strength bonus to like the number of troops you have, so effectively you get 50% more of this stuff. You don't actually get to loot more often. It's not like you loot every month, like every 20 days or something, but you do loot for far stronger amounts. Alright, so if we were to take land from you... See, I'm not sure, like, vassalization might be the way to go. Do we get any bonuses to having vassals? I don't think we really do. Our government type doesn't provide bonuses. And we have years of separatism reduction, so I guess we should just maybe conquest stuff. We're suffering a tiny bit of attrition right now due to the arid land and the siege. So we are losing a little bit of manpower, but it's not that big of a deal. And you know what, while we're at it, we might as well. If we can afford him. Let's wait until we have full force limit, though. I want to keep on training more cavalry. Now, normally, you'd also probably be tempted to retract your cavalry, because cavalry are more expensive, right? It's hard to reinforce them. But we don't pay for that. So, you can siege just as safely with cavalry as you can with artillery, or with infantry. Still, As soon as we get the loot bar gone, we're going to want to retract the entire army except for what's necessary. Next month, we're going to take pretty much all the remaining loot. Uzbek has honored their military alliance with the Golden Horde. They are now at war with Kazan. So Uzbek is fighting the Timurids Kazan. This is exactly what we want. We want to conquer Uzbek. They don't even have any cores on this land at the beginning. So Sibir is probably going to form. Siberia. We're going to... Oh, shoot. No, stay there. We're probably going to want to rival Uzbek after we finish our war. And we do not want our guy Essen here to die. So we're going to pull him back. Yep, and the loot bar should be empty. Thanks for your money. Thank you, thank you. Appreciate it. Wow, it takes a long time to march around. We have enough money for another cavalry. Supply limit here is what? Oh gosh, it's only 10. My goodness, it's quite low. It's very important apparently to have a high maneuver leader. And we need to have 3,000 troops to actually do this siege. So let's see if we can reduce attrition by a bit. Min-max, right? You gotta min-max as much as possible here in the start. A 2-3-4 air. Okay. It's not bad. Could be better. Chagatai, Drylands. Be nice if you could see like how long it would take to make that move. Chagatai declared war on Karadel. You're not very smart, are you? So you're going to declare war on the guy that I'm already attacking? Alright. Works for me. We're still making a little bit of money. We were making 2 ducats, but every one of these cavalry, they cost 0.46 ducats a month. They're not cheap. He's only got 2 horses. And this early in the game, one thing to consider is that look at all these pips that we've got. Normally, cavalry start with like 3 pips. If you're a Western nation, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pips on our cavalry. So we could choose, do we want to have more morale and more morale defense, or do we want to have more shock damage? And less, like it's a trade-off between 1 defensive morale pip and 1 offensive shock damage pip. And I'm going to go for, we're going to switch them up. Lose a little bit of morale. Actually, we probably already had those selected, didn't we? Eastern Swarm Cavalry? Yeah, cool. No guy has declared war on the Golden Horde. Uzbek have honored it. So yeah, we gotta pay very close attention to what's going on with these wars, I think, in the beginning. And Mongolia, we're supposed to be improving relations with you. We are. Can't do a royal marriage with you because you are disloyal right now, but as soon as you become friendly, if you ever do, we're gonna want to secure that relationship. I might even be willing to sacrifice some prestige in favor of making them like us. Also, we can annex them, I think, right away. Yeah, they've been our vassals since 1434, so we can, as soon as we get them to 190, we can annex them. So that would be really, really powerful. So with that in mind, perhaps I should just sacrifice some prestige to get them below 50, so that we can royal marry them so that they're safe friendly and we do a lot of stuff. We'll see. Probably not yet. Chagatai. No allies. We could probably beat them, but I don't want to risk doing it yet. I'm not sure yet if Uzbek's the way to go or Chagatai. We don't want to get weak. I mean, look at this. This is happening quick. How strong is Uzbek? Uzbek. 9,000 troops. That's way more than we can handle, but if they actually get stack wiped or something, or if their rebellion with Siberia goes bad, we might be able to swoop in and get something out of it. We shall see. Ooh, Ottomans are going straight for Albania. In my English campaign, they waited like 30 years. Alright, 7% chance we can end our war. Okay, unfortunately it didn't work. Ushuingen has declared war on Takeda. So we get to hear all about what's going on in Japan. Uzbeks 8,700. I'm gonna have to keep on checking on that. Religious unity would be nice. Alright, I guess we'll pay for it. Hey, those new sound effects? Those are kind of cool. Okay, so with you active, we're going to have some unrest. But nothing too major. War exhaustion's already at 0.55. Alright. Okay, some more Japanese people fighting each other. I'm tempted just to swoop in and attack Chagatai, get that core. It's only 6 development. But getting that manpower recovery would be really nice right now. And at the same time, their capital is Tangri. I think we want to focus on religious unity at the start. So if we could take the Tangri provinces and ignore the Sunni ones for the moment, because Sunni are very difficult to convert. I wonder how soon, like, the conversion speed is calculated relative to development. That may have, used to just be a base tax figure. Missionary strength, so base value 2, development minus 0.4. So apparently it's minus 0.1 per development. Interesting. So is that overall, I wonder if that makes it easier to convert. You should be able to hover over this, even though it's enemy territory, and see like what your conversion strength could be. Muscovy's just declared war on Novgorod. Alright, cool. Well, I'm going to take a break here, but as always, this is the first video of a new series. I'm excited to play a Horde. I hope you're excited to see it. And I'm very excited, again, as always, about common sense and new patches and stuff. So, cool. Well, let's take a break here. I'll see you again soon.